E- Even Brahma, Shiva, and the demigods cannot
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna.
What happened? Sound fall out regularly. Um, okay, sound. Okay, sound. All right. All right. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. Just. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Her merciful glance showers the best of all nectars. I meditate on the dust of Sri Radha's feet, dust that even Brahma, Shiva, Shukadev, Narada, Bhishma, and a host of great saints cannot see, dust that has limitless power, dust that at once transforms the Supreme Personality of Godhead into Sri Radha's submissive servant. I meditate on the dust of Sri Radha's feet, dust that even Brahma, Shiva, and Shukadev, Narada, Bhishma, and a host of great saints cannot see, dust that has limitless power, dust that at once transforms the Supreme Personality of Godhead into Sri Radha's submissive servant. I meditate on the dust of Sri Radha's feet, dust that becomes a Kamadua cow, to give the nectar of Ras as the devotees celebrate a festival of spiritual love. Placing this dust on their heads, the beautiful gopis attain something even peacock-crowned Krishna yearns to attain. I meditate on the dust of Sri Radha's feet, dust that becomes a Kamadua cow, to give the nectar of Ras as a devotee. Celebrate a festival of spiritual love. Celebrate a festival of spiritual love. Placing this dust on their heads. Placing this dust on their heads. See, the beautiful gopis attain something even peacock feather, crowned Krishna yearns to attain. Radha Rasa Sudinidhi. I meditate on the dust of Sri Radha's feet. See, that dust are these devotees. Hey, these devotees. Prabodhananda Saraswati's the dust, man. I place that dust on my head. See the verses. They're in the head. They go in the head, on the head, in the mind. Place this dust in my mind. It becomes like a verses. Kamadua cow. The nectar of Ras. See that even Krishna yearns to take. If he, no wonder when he gives us this mercy, this dust. See, this dust, especially living devotees who can milk this cow. Ooh, wow. No wonder people get prema here. Is it a wonder? Is it surprising why people get prema here? Not only do you see this dust in the book, it cannot taste it yet. Ooh, but you see somebody milking that cow. Ah, no wonder. Now I was surprised. Now I'm not surprised why people are getting this easily. And that even the Ryan, I was wondering, was he cow? How come his disciple? He's only right, but no milk was coming out. 1 year and half there and I didn't see anything. And look at the restaurant, now. And she looks like she's this dust, yearning after this. Okay? So, wow. That's all I have to say is wow. See, and what does this come from? This milk is a great festival of spiritual love. No wonder Krishna's attractive. No wonder you guys are attractive. No wonder we come here every day. Who can come some program like this for 4 hours every day? Look at Amy; she's even coming. Amazing, huh? Wow! Now I'm not surprised at all why you guys are getting so much. You just needed a cow milker. We needed the proper Varnashram Dharma situation going on here. Milk verses. Milk these, not just any verse. Milk the holy name every day, man. We get a lot of milk in that pail, man. Overflows. That's no way. I feel like I have to stop. Okay, the pail is full for, just wait a little bit. Then you want more later. You say, okay, I'm planning. People plan for their food. They plan their day. Okay, we're going to have lunch, and then we're going to have dinner, and then we're going to have breakfast. Kind of do the same thing when you get attracted to this dust. The dust of the holy name, man. You got to plan your day around it. Okay, we're going to have a nice program. Now I'm already thinking, in the afternoon we'll have a Java Japa thing. Yeah, wow, these are amazing. Okay, let's read that verse again. It's so interesting. I meditate on the dust of Sri Radha's feet. Oh God, we're talking about it and doing it at the same time. I like that, man. It's right there. The dust is right there. We're in the dust. It's dusting us off. You notice how it dusts us off? It's like a duster. It's like a feather duster, huh? Becomes a Kamadua cow to give what? Oh, the nectar of Ras. Oh, that's why the Lord came here. He came here because he saw Radharani Vrindavan. See, this is why we have to have the new Vrindavan here. He sees Radharani in Vrindavan. What's her quality? She was a milker, man. She was milking him, man. He was a milker. And he's thinking, Chapter 1, Adi Leela, he was thinking, oh my God, look at the happiness she feels from milking me. Look at the happiness she's experiencing, looking at me, chanting my name, hearing about me from her girlfriends. Okay? Wow, he was curious. He's like, man, that's amazing. How come I can't? How come she knows more about me than I know about myself? That's why he came. Which he says, I want to know what she knows. I want to feel I want to feel that happiness. Isn't that the whole thing of our preaching? What is this no-show thing? I'm sorry, I can't show you how happy I am. But after a while, you start to question that, huh? It's like people should start questioning their so-called authorities in this world. You should question your friggin' gurus all the way up to the top. How come I can't see the happiness? Isn't that what Krishna consciousness is about? To become more conscious of Krishna, right? Isn't that the idea? Become more conscious. How do you do that? Well, you better know what she's feeling, man, because she's the only one. Devotion and Radharani are synonymous, man. Only devotees know Krishna. That's why it's the greatest path in this world. There ain't nothing better than that. Everybody, you Vaitis who have very little bhakti should be taken to this. It's the only thing important. Don't you have any greed to know what devotees like you see in this Sangha feel? Don't you even want to know? Well, you keep coming here and you'll see why there's a reason, man. At least you hear the real preaching, man. Why an experienced devotees who can milk that holy name, and you can see they prove every day they milk that holy name. And they're showers. They show you the show of how to get to Vrindavan, how to get that rascal, that rake Krishna Vrindavan, man. Always hiding, always slipping out of everybody's hands. You show, that's what the whole point here, right, Shamaguri? To show them how to get that guy. Get the guy, man. We're here to get the guy. Only devotion. He just wants somebody who loves him, man.
Oh my God.
Man, devotion it's what it's all about. It's the whole reason Lord Chaitanya came, is to relish the devotion of a devotee. And he picked his greatest one, Radhabhav, man. Radharani. Why not? He's agreed. He was greedy. He saw that. He said, I want to know her devotion, man. And we get all the spin-off. It's pretty good, huh? We get to be her maidservant. He became her maidservant like that, yeah. Well, he was Radharani. We all want to see this. Become a devotee. If you're not a devotee of Lord Chaitanya, you're not going to taste this Radhabhav. And it's not just a devotee in name only, man. If you're a real devotee of Lord Chaitanya, you have real devotion. And if you're a real devotee of Lord Chaitanya, you're a devotee of a real devotee of Lord Chaitanya. If you're not, you're a bullshitter, man. That's why I say, you gurus, I pay you no mind. If you don't come here, man, you don't see what's really going on. You're blind. You're a blind leader, man. And blind followers. That's just a fact of life now. Who's going to give you the facts of life and the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees of Vrindavan? Yeah, see, that's what they see, the shower of nectar. See, this is why, what are we about here, man? Devotion, right? Isn't that what it's all about? You see emotions going on, feelings, man, not just material feelings. It's not a material show. This is a spiritual show of why Lord Chaitanya, just people come here. They're just so blind. They come here. They're seeing why Lord Chaitanya came here was just to do what we do here. Relish this nectar of Radha's love, and milk these verses and milk the holy name. And that's it, man. That is our program. That is his program. There you go. If anybody comes here, you'll know why the Lord Chaitanya has descended to this world. And you'll know because you'll be doing the same thing. You'll be milking the holy name and milking these verses, and you don't have to go back to Godhead. Krishna just runs after you to embrace you. That's the program, man. Very simple. It gets more and more simple every day, huh? Yeah. Amazing how simple it is. It's only the longer your titles are that you don't deserve, actually, then the more complicated it becomes. And see, and yeah, even peacock feather urine Krishna wants to attain. Why? See, Krishna is the truth, man. He's the name. But without this bhakti, he feels there's something lacking. Just like you. Just like that's why the whole point of this is to get people to watch this, so that the point they'll see reality, that they're lacking something, man. They should, you come here for 30 days and you're a devotee, say a Vaishnava, doing this rules, regulations, ceremonies for 40 years, 10 years, 1 year, even 1 day. And then you see these people here, like, tasting this nectar of that name that you've been chanting. All of a sudden, you'll become Raganuga just naturally. You'll be like Krishna. You'll be thinking, man, I'm the name personified. He's the truth, right? He's the truth. Chit, name personified. He's the perfect conclusion of the absolute truth. But look at my devotees, how much they can relish by their feelings. Their love for me, look at how much they can relish. And you'll feel the same way. That same Krishna in you, which is a bit dry, man. It's like there's a beer sitting right before you and you can't drink it. You don't even know what it is. You can't wet your whistle, man. You can't, your thirst or a glass of water, whatever it is for you. A hot day, man, you can't do it. And then you see devotees drinking. That's what we are, Why are you doing all this, man? Yeah. Well, we're here. We want to show you how to wet your whistle, man. how to hydrate yourself. This is the only hydration. Otherwise, you've got all these prune-like devotees. Shriveled up, man. All these austerities they're doing. Ever see that Narayan Raj group? Shriveled up, man. I mean, I look at them, unhappy, and they're supposed to be so happy. I was watching. They were all like, we're just sitting, Radhe. Where's the happiness of Radhe, man? I think only here. Yeah. Oh, look at this, man. Yeah. Which you're hearing here is from, what I ascertained from this bhakti, man, this devotion. It gives me the kind of knowledge that Krishna even seeks to get. And without devotion, he can't get it. So if he's thinking like that, why the heck shouldn't we be thinking like that? See, that's called thinking straight. I mean, Krishna, I'm just putting these thoughts out. If people think it's crazy, to me, it means it's logical. All this is like, that makes sense to me, man. Why Krishna himself, I can't think properly. I can't think who I am or I know who I am without the devotion that my devotees feel. So I'm going to come here as a devotee so I can know more about what they know. And we're all in the same boat. We got Krishna's name. You have some philosophy, some knowledge, but without this devotion, all you get is a bunch of pride. Ooh, I know. I was talking to Amy about this. She says, "Oh, these guys, and they think they know so much in ISKCON and all that, and they look down on you." Yeah, because they have knowledge, but they don't have the devotion. They don't know the knowledge that they have. They don't understand it. Yeah, you come to this class, you'll see knowledge of their scriptures. They've been studying. They'll think. Just like Freddie, when I met him, he was studying all the scriptures and all. He thought he knew all about Prabhupada's books. And I just tell him a few things. It's like, wow, where'd you get that? Well, that comes from this bhakti, man. And then when you hear from those who understand these scriptures, like from devotion, see, they're a real bhakti vedanta. I don't need to wear a dhoti to be, or have some rubber stamp of the GBC to be a bhakti vedanta. I don't need anything official. I don't have to have a bunch of bananas thrown in the fire. I don't need a thread. I don't need this. I don't need anything. That's all you need is bhakti, and then you get real Vedanta that's nobody's heard, man. Not even the greatest scholars can understand what I'm teaching unless they become a devotee. A devotee, actually. That's why you don't bend your knee here. You're just going to stay superficial. You're just on the outside of everything, man. You got your big titles. You had to go to probably 8 years of schooling so hard. And now you can preach to intelligent people. You come before me, Mr. Intelligent. I'll preach to you or anybody because of a real Vedanta that comes from this relish, this taste. Isn't it about time this message comes out? The truth comes out and set a few people free? I'd like to see millions of devotees understand things right. That, hey, man, if your guru ain't tasting this bhakti, he ain't the kind of guru you need to go to Vrindavan in this life. Do you want to go in this life? Lalita's there. Look at Shamaguri. She understands what I'm talking about. Why? Because you see wet eyes. Who loves the truth? Because see, that Radha's in there, man. Radha loves truth, man. I'm speaking to her. She knows what I'm talking about. See, and that's her girlfriend. You see, I'm here to make girls. Dress them up like Ramananda Roy. He was preparing them for the dance, the rasa dance. Did you know that? Did you know that's basically it? Another hat here. I'm just here a director, and a producer. Here we're here producing this great show called the Rasa Dance and getting you girls all prepared for it. See? Got a new hat today. Every day a new hat. See? This has got to be a rerun of Chaitanya Leela. Otherwise, it's not Chaitanya Leela, man. You got to be those Devi Dasis, man. And we come here and we get you how to dance, direct you how to dance, just like in that pastime. Same thing, right? Daphne, she's so fantastic. I like Daphne. I met her in the woods with her husband or boyfriend, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. But anyway, they're two nice people. They really they came and we had a nice talk.
There are two Daphnes, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Which Daphne?
This is another one. I think this one is from Ireland.
Oh, Ireland Daphne. Okay. Well, great, man. The other Daphne is good too. She likes what we do. See, we really make these verses practical. Why keep them so 500 years before when they were written? They have to be applied time, place, and circumstance. You got to see, you got to live this Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi, right there, Shamaguri. Isn't it nice to live this Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi where it's really practical and relevant to our situations? What do you think? It's just supposed to be in the book, and you put out the book, and it's a big prestigious thing, we're going to read from Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi, and they're reading, and nobody knows what it means. Nobody can apply it to their lives. Nobody can relate to it because it's not them. They're not those devotees, man. They're not, like a devotee with relishing these realizations. You can't understand why Prabodhana wrote these verses in these ways. See, you got to be a real family member. I'm just here to make family members, right? You want to be part of this family? Oh, well, it's a joyful thing, man. The devotees, they stay in bliss, live in bliss. They don't live by bread alone, but they live by every word that proceeds. See, every word. Now, I don't live by persons who are false prophets, false gurus. False means they're not living on the holy word. There's no holiness awakened in them yet. Holiness is this devotion, pure, man. It gives you pure understanding. You have to ask yourself the question, is Gaur Hari Das giving you pure understanding? Is it clear? Is it logical? Is it a reasonable Lord you're hearing? Practical? Is it simple to understand for the layman? This is when this is called empowerment. I cannot do this on my own. The Lord has to really, really be here. This is I'm amazed myself because it's amazing when the Lord works here in this world. He, chooses some idiot like Gaur Hari Das, or like you guys, you're becoming idiots too, like this. And the Lord is using you in phenomenal ways to show you, give this, just like River gives a class flowing like the wind now. Lalita Ganga, from all that bhakti, man, beautiful. Her words are like nectar. You want to see something? You chant in the same room with Lalita Ganga. I did it sometimes in Goa. It's amazing. The vibrate personally in the actual. My God, you should. Whoever's close, you should run to that place and chant with her in the same room. You'll get an experience. It'll blow your mind. I was jumping up and down. It was amazing. Yeah. So, moving right along.
Gurudev?
Yes?
This morning, a good friend of mine sent me a beautiful lecture given by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj.
Oh.
And he was reading and talking from Caitanya Bhagavata. I tell you, when I read that, I was just crying. It was so wonderful. It was amazing.
With the line, the real line. Yeah. And you'll keep that crying. See, Krishna knows inside. You know, he's also protects this bhakti. It is his greatest secret. This is why it
Yeah.
works here. Yeah, and that's why it may seem a little weird. Why Gore? Why you tell so many? About like this. Everybody just kind of mixes things, but you see that where's the bhakti? You see, this line is very sensitive in that way. Very sensitive. And yeah, so while I'm here, I want to do my best to protect this bhakti that stays mixed up with philosophical things where there's, you don't know. A little bit of poison is not, even people that are like sannyasis and all that, if their hearts are not really purified, in their kata could be some false ego and some poisons and misconceptions and and that's not enough. So Krishna, he just likes what do you call, really clear as possible, but it comes from devotee. He likes devotees, because he gives them the right understanding, real devotion. Okay? That's the thing in our line. When people started to go off, it was like, okay, we'll appoint an acharya, but see, immediately you break even the 10 commandments. Thou shalt not put any god before me. Now, that doesn't mean you must put the devotee. If you find a living devotee, they must be worshipped. Just like Jesus, when he was here, you worship Jesus, right? He was here. Even afterwards, you worship him, but you don't worship mundane persons. If you do that, your meditation goes to the mundane platform, you see, and you can't get above it. Only devotees with real devotion are worshipable. And if you can recognize them, then they're the vai medium. It's like you want to deliver a letter to Krishna, a love letter, right? You go to the mailbox. Prabhupada taught this concept. You go to the mailbox that's official, that's authorized, and you put your thing there. It goes right to the Lord. And if you go to a mailbox who looks like a mailbox, but they're disconnected, it's not really, the connection is not made, even though they think it's made, and they preach so many other things, even very subtly. And they, Radhe, Radhe, or Lord Chaitanya, Lord Chaitanya. But still the conceptions are not right. See, your letter doesn't get delivered. That's why people don't get bhakti fast. So here your letters are getting delivered. You really want Krishna? And Krishna comes pretty quick. You notice, for those who really want Krishna, you remember when River started coming, she really wanted, she had all these obstacles, that was before her, but she really wanted Krishna. She wanted this bhakti. She was jealous of people that had it, and I want it, and she pursued, and Krishna removes them because she went to the right place. Look now, she chants, she's attracted to Chaitanya Leela. The Lord is living in her heart, kicking out all the bullshit. Yeah, it's wonderful. I mean, this path is, where are you going to, very rare. We'll be lucky if it continues on afterwards by sincere people coming. That's how it continues. As soon as the religionists come in here, it becomes religion. They come here, ooh, there's some power here. We can use it so we can make money. That we can be something special, important. See, that's an impure heart. Blessed are the pure in heart, they shall see God. Only this bhakti purifies our heart. Really, otherwise there's pollution in it. If there bhakti stopped here, my heart would just pick up the pollution of the world. We're walking through a cesspool. Look at it, man. This is Kali Yuga. Only this bhakti. That's why this is the only real viable path here. Is you Vaidis, that look at them. They need this. They're getting, the gurus are becoming bewildered. They're believing in the government. Can you believe that? The government we're in those kind of last days. Where it says, even in the Bible, deception reigns. Everything. There'll be strong deceptions in the world. The Srimad Bhagavatam says the same thing. Strong deception in these times. The people will become gurus like that. And they will just put on a big show. Their hearts are not pure. They don't even know what the Holy Spirit is. We're here to show it, and proof they don't know is they're not attracted. Oh, here we go. Hey there. Thank you for coming there, River. Yeah. So, yeah. This bhakti is important. Yeah. So, okay. So, glory to the forest goddess. When wounded by millions of Kamadeva's arrows, Nanda's son fell. She brought him back to life by splashing him with many waves of blissful nectar of her touch. We talked about this verse before. It's really beautiful. Glory to the forest goddess. Oops. Glory to the forest goddess. When Krishna was wounded by Kamadeva's arrows. Now, practically, that's the world. Krishna, in the conclusive understanding, Krishna is everywhere. That means Krishna is manifested even as his potency, as the jiva. But the jiva is so small, it's overwhelmed. See, and he's fell. That jiva has fell because wounded by Kamadeva's arrows. Kamadeva is the world. That's Radha's love transformed into the lust of the world, lust for objects, material, shadowy things. For God's shadow, it's lust. Oh, I desire this. Can you imagine? God is the real gold. That's what it said, the golden goose. And people are lusting after wealth, material wealth. When they have, the spiritual wealth is what's real. It's spirit, man. It's eternal. That's wealth, is to get spirit wealth. Get the supreme spirit, power up, awaken. See, that's gold. That's the store of wealth. People looking, where can I store my wealth? This is what's going on right now, this minute. People are scrambling around, the financial markets. They're all in fear. You know why? Because they put their faith in that wealth. You're scrambling around in fear. Oh, everything is unstabilized. See, everything is destabilized. Oh, there's a war. And you know what? It's starting to come out. They're making it up. A lot of this stuff. They doing like they did with 9/11. They're doing like with the moon landing, the same bullshit to get people in fear. So, but that's what Maya does. That's her show. And she gets you to believe in her, believe in this, get these destabilized, get people in fear. See? And that's our mission, is to keep people away, man. Put your faith in the store of wealth, which is the Lord. Wake up, man. And this is the way to do it. Very practical. People don't know what it is to wake up. Wake up your devotion, man. Wake up that showers of nectar in you. Otherwise, you're not awoke. People trying to wake up without this devotion never will work. You'll never overcome the Lord's Maya. There's only one way, the truth. Sat Chit Ananda. That is our basis of our Sangha. That is the flag planted in this world here, man. And I'm telling you, when people get this, they'll realize, by God, look at this. Bombs are going off and everything of Maya. Maya is throwing all these deceptive things, all these lies and cheating and everything. And you're sitting there happy as anything in the eye of the hurricane. Everybody around there is in the hurricane because they're looking at all the winds going this way and that way. And you're in there with the Lord who created the friggin' hurricane, whose shadow creates the Maya. He's not even care to even look at it. He's saying, look at me. That's the whole purpose. He came here to say, look at me. He came in Kali Yuga. That's why you're not looking. That's her friend, Lalita's friend, who's not looking at Lord Chaitanya. He said, I'm the avatar. She doesn't read the Leela, obviously. Lord Chaitanya said, look at me. I'm the avatar for this age. When I started looking at only Jesus, I lost this. I lost this. When I started looking at these false prophet gurus, they call gurus, I lost this. Everyone, even Narayana, I looked at him and I lost this. See, I am so firm. I got back on this because this is real, man. You can see, I can see myself that real bhakti is here and real realizations you can't get in the Ryan Raj group. You can't get in ISKCON. You can't get there. You can't get amongst Christians. I am firmly clear about it. And I'm going to prove to people coming here that this is the best realizations come out of this Sangha, man. People are going to be proud to be connected with this Sangha, but not materially proud, spiritually proud that God is coming here to all of us through this Sangha in a very, very powerful way, in the way he came 550 years ago. Very clear, very reasonable, very logical, very practical, and has the power to lift up anybody. You are demon, demigod, false teacher, false guru, an Acharya Dave, whatever you think you are. You can be lifted up and you can become a real spiritual master here by this association here. We're proving it. Oh, where's the Dodi? I don't need. Look at you guys getting the highest bhakti that nobody even believes you can even touch. Watch this limping Baptist teacher at McDonald's limp almost. Leroy, okay. I see. We feel the power. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Radharani is the power, man. She's the power of this devotion. Okay? She powers Krishna's conception. See, because it's realized. See, people, they don't have the power of Radharani. Without that, you can't power these conceptions of the absolute truth. There's speculation mixed in there, misunderstanding. That's what I've seen in Gaudiya Vaishnavism. They don't have the power of Radha's pure love. Powering up these conceptions so that people really feel it, man, really get it, and wake that Krishna up in your heart. He wants, he's sleeping in there. He's bored with speculation. He doesn't like it. He's sat there on the bed there, and just saying, hey, man, I'm not hearing anything to wake me up. Then when Advaita called him with what? Real understanding and real bhakti, and his eyes said, who's calling me down there? And then he came. He's forced to come. And that gets us into our question. Why do you think the Lord's most highest devotees came in male bodies? And the first person will ask Amy, why do you think? Well, she already gave her answer. Anybody else want to take a stab at this? Let's see if we get the same idea. Why do you think they came in male bodies? Okay, let's see. River, what's your answer?
Work.
I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Because Krishna is in a male body. Krishna is a man, isn't he? He's male energy. And he's out there. He's the front. He's the front. Rani is behind the scenes, and she's the female potency. Mm-hmm. So Krishna comes in the male body because they're out in the front. They're out. Like this is a man's world, and they're in the front. And usually, if it works well, there's a really powerful woman behind a man. Then they work really well together. That's kind of what I feel. But there's more. I don't know. I need some reassurance.
Sounds like some speculation, and I don't know.
Yeah, okay, there you go. I take it back. I take it back, Maharaj.
What about you, Lolita? Why do you think they came in Myanmar? You don't know?
I don't speculate. I really don't know, Guru Maharaj. I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just chanting, and I was talking to Amy yesterday, and then this realization came because I was questioning a few things. So, and anyway, the power of the gopis is so strong that Krishna has to embrace them. He has to embrace them. So how does he do that? And you notice there's a lot of embracing of his devotees when he was here. You'll read over and over. He meets a devotee that's like Ramananda Roy or even like Sanatan Goswami. You know, Sanatan Goswami had all these itching sores. Yeah, he just had to come and embrace him. See? But these are all gopis, the highest devotees, and Krishna is forced to practically. So how could they come in male bodies and him maintain his sannyas and embrace these beautiful? They'll be they're gopis and then embracing a woman in a woman's body. But he could to his heart's content embrace all these males, right? For him he's embracing the gopis. Just like Krishna Vrindavan. Does that make sense? Does it sound reasonable to you?
Yeah,
I got that chanting today. I thought, oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
So smart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that. Now when you read the passage, just look how many times he's embracing these devotees. He embraces them all, man, and starts crying, and it's like a love story, a love affair, and they're all males, but they're not. They're Gopi Bhav. Like Gadadhar is like Radharani, was very close. See, so the Lord would be faulted. Could you imagine them coming in female and them just wanting to embrace him? He almost to compulsively, almost has to. It's like a lusty person. That on the material level, they just, if they've got overwhelming lust, they go and they take what they want, or they try to, and so spiritually, it's pure though. See, it's a pure lust. It's a lust for this love, this devotion. The Lord is overwhelmed by it. That's why he said he came to give us this devotion. So it just draws him to the devotee like a magnet, even though they're not physically. But he wanted to come physically. What's he going to do? He's going to be drawn like a magnet. So he put most of the gopis in male bodies. Otherwise, because the women always had to be at a distance. Go ahead. What?
I have a question, Gurudev, because, from all the friends I have here on Facebook, I mainly see women now in the progressing of Kali Yuga. They are getting so much realizations and bhakti, mostly women. I don't see maybe 1, 2 men, but
where are all those women?
Huh?
Where are they?
What?
Where
are those women?
With bhakti? Where do you find them?
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of it is they're just copying and pasting. I mean, what you're sending me, they're just copying what Bhaktisiddhanta or Prabhupada said. Are you talking about are they really realizing this stuff, or they just, it sounds really good? I mean, that's what I'm seeing. It's like, because the proof that they're realizing these things is they're not just reading them and they're giving respect, and because they sound good, they do. I mean, yeah. But if they're really realizing them, because that's what they're reading is right here. See, so that might be the next stage. First intellectually you're looking at the books and stuff, but here is the demonstration. Here is where you'll realize what you've been reading. That's what I hear over and over again. People that come here that study Prabhupada's books, they're realizing what they've been reading. And that's just how it works. Brings to your remembrance, oh, wow, that's what these things mean. Yes, that was my thought process for the answer.
But even
go ahead. What?
But even in our Sangha, I can see that also.
Oh, mostly women? Oh, yeah. Well, if they come here, great.
Even in our Sangha?
Yeah,
Only in
Lalita.
our Sangha.
Yeah, okay. But there are two.
Yeah.
The one that sent me this lecture from Bhaktisiddhanta this morning, Sema Devi Dasi. For me, she's also Lavanya Priya.
Mhm. Well,
So the
send
both.
me. Okay, send me their. I want to look at their preaching and what they're doing and what they are. And because I tell you, okay, so fine, and it's
And
gradually.
excuse me,
Yeah,
they know that I am here with you,
yeah.
and they have a
Do they?
lot of respect for you.
Oh,
Oh, yes,
good. Well, there you go.
yes,
Hey, man, that's a good sign.
yes.
Yeah,
Both of them, both of them.
Let
yeah,
them come. Let them come.
yeah. Well,
I
it's not
will.
easy. It's not easy to come here because you have to get purified, and sometimes being on the edge and you kind of looking in and seeing what they're doing is part of it. Because this is life changing, man. This may your whole your whole life. People think they're human beings. They think they're their bodies and their minds and their material emotions. They think they're their material mind, material thoughts. And to come here, all that is, it's like that transformed into a spiritual entity. This is a big thing. I mean, to me, this is a miracle. You guys are there, but that's because you really want this. That's why Krishna sends people, and they're looking probably and giving respect. That's beautiful. And when they're ready, you yeah, yeah. This one-way trip here. This is what you read in Chaitanya Charitamrita chapter 1. When you're ready to be delivered, I mean, that's not a word. No, when you're ready to be delivered out of this universe, that consciousness, you find a bona fide spiritual master that doesn't just throw a bunch of rules at you and ceremonies, which even acharyas have done, because what's going on here is so elevated. This
And
is where
rare,
you go,
rare.
That's why Prabhupada authorized it, because it is so high. And you can't just do this. I mean, it has to be under the direction of the Lord. Otherwise, people will get really confused. You confuse the world. Jesus had the voice. This is my beloved son. Well, please, you listen to him now. Prabhupada said the same thing to me, basically. What you're doing has my approval, has my approval, my full approval. You're doing exactly what I want you to do. See, what is that? With this, do more of this. Okay, let's finish it. Let's get it back on track, man. 550 years ago. Go ahead, bud.
I never found any bhakti in another place than here. Never. Nowhere. I talked with many devotees and I can feel it on what they say, on their realizations, etc. I immediately recognize no bhakti. Theory, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, yeah,
But no bhakti. It's not from the heart. It's not realized like what you tell us. It's only here.
yeah. Well, even in our sangha, it takes a while to really become like refined in it, to understand the little subtle ins and outs. So it's natural. Like Shamaguri, she's been here like what, 2 years or something, 1 year, 2 years
No,
now, two,
no, 1.5.
1.5 years. Yeah, and gradually you'll see, little things like, oh, Bhakti Tom's here. Okay, great. Here, Tom. Yeah, so gradually things get more and more clear, and where like you'll be able to see different levels. Bhakti Siddhanta, even in his writings, he said, Lord, please teach me how to give proper respect to all levels of devotees. See, all levels. There's some, but see, because you don't want to pray. I mean, you give respect and everything and say, oh, this person's doing nice and all that. Uh, but you don't, if you give the real praise for Shuddha Bhakti, okay? And not mix in, oh, this is the great devotee, okay. You'll see what I'm saying. Gradually it'll all get clear. When you praise Shuddha Bhakti, you point out the real path. When you praise real Shuddha Bhaktas who have got the mercy, like I praise even my disciples now, because Krishna is living in them. Really, they're awake. I don't praise people that are not awake. This is not beneficial for the world. They need to see who's awake, where Krishna's living, where he's hiding, and no, where he's not hiding. Otherwise, he's hiding in the hearts of so many. So anyway, that's the little preaching point. And that's, Lord Chaitanya came to show where is his real devotees, where real devotion is, because that is your where your door to eternity is. Eternal life is the devotee. It's always been like that. So it's like a rare door in the midst of so many doors that open into different places, but not this place. Especially, Lord Chaitanya gave us not just a door to Dwarka or Mathura or some of the multi-place Ayodhya or somewhere, wherever his different incarnations were from. He gave us the door to Vrindavan, the highest Dham, and all of even in Vaikuntha. If a devotee was really eager to go to Vrindavan, they would have to meet an actual Vrindavan person who got the mercy of a Vrindavan devotee, or if there was from Vrindavan, in order to go through there, to go there. That Dham is special permission, and that's another great glory of Lord Chaitanya and his associates on this planet. They're so rare. They're giving the highest thing, that even if you were in the liberated Dham of Vaikuntha, which is so beautiful and fantastic according to the scriptures, right? You got to have special permission to go to Vrindavan. Our books teach that. This is all verses from Sanatana Goswami's verses in Brihad Bhagavatamrita. You have special permission to go to Vrindavan, and we have to have special permission to teach this in this world, because that's going to Vrindavan. That's bringing Vrindavan to this world. You notice Lord Chaitanya gave special permission to Nityananda to teach Vrindavan consciousness and give it. He gave special permission to Advaita also. And I got that special permission too, through the mercy of Prabhupada, through his that lucid dream, and Krishna himself. So whoever comes here will get his darshan very quickly. So this is a special permission thing. That's why we're not getting droves of people coming here. Those who know to come here, they'll feel it. Just like you see Amy, she feels it, man. She's not an ordinary person, actually. People misunderstand her and all that because she's on another level of consciousness. So that's why that's uncommon, somebody just coming out of the blue like that and just so into this, Radhe, who's backstairs? Oh, Radhe. Okay. Hey, there she is. I thought you were over there. Oh, you're on your own phone now. Yeah, she's right.
She's with Lalita.
Oh, very close. Okay, hopefully there's not going to be any, there will be sound distortion sometimes, but let's see. Right now it's okay. Just don't have two sounds going. Okay. Yeah. Hare Krishna. When will the sweet and graceful nectar of Radha's face, an ocean filled with every moment with waves of sweetness, charm, beauty, wonderfully beautiful, appear before us? Okay, so I did my little thing here. Yeah, so who wants to read? River. Ooh! Not fast enough there, Lalita. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm leaving, but I'm going to listen.
Okay. Thank you for coming, Shamaguri.
Oh, thank you, Gurudev. Love you.
Is there anything in particular you want me to read, Maharaj?
Something Caitanya Bhagavata. Whatever you like in there.
Okay. Okay, I'm just going to open it up, Maharaj. And if you want me to change it, I will. It's the Madhya Kanda, chapter 12, the wonders of Sri Nityananda.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Okay. Lalita, page 385.
385. Okay.
Thank you, Maharaj.
I got my own book here.
Did you get that number, Lalita?
385.
385. Okay. The wonders of Sri Nityananda. All glory to Vishvambhar, the Lord and Master of all the Vaishnavas. Please give us devotional service unto you and make us your surrendered devotees. All glory to Vishvambhar, the Lord and Master of all the Vaishnavas. Please give us your devotional service unto you and make us your surrendered devotees. Nityananda performed many wonderful pastimes with Sri Caitanya in Navadvip. Nityananda did innumerable extraordinary deeds, engrossed in the ecstasy of love of Krishna.
See, that's the secret. When you're in power, like some people have said here, they say, "Wow, you know what you say is really good. It's like really on." I said, "Yeah, I can't do it on my own. It's that power of the devotion. See, this gives us the ability to understand the transcendental nature of Krishna, transcendental nature of these conceptions of all these things, you know, like who the Lord is and why he came here. See? So makes the devotees act in extraordinary ways, you know, in basically to understand what they understand. See, it's different than going to college and getting a big degree so you can preach to intelligent people. Well, you know, when you connect with the Lord like this, where can you get more knowledge than this? When you're connected to the Son. See, this devotion is what connects us to the Son. See, that's how you become a son here, because you're a real devotee. What do you think was the power of Jesus? Was it just he was just a guy walking around like a talking head that we see on Facebook? Oh, you ever see all those stuff? It's all in their heads, man. It's just a head talking. That's not a Jesus. That's not a Bhakti Siddhanta. That's not a Prabhupada. That's not a Rupa Goswami. That's not a follower of them. They're not just talking heads. They're full body experience. See, full body, the body of the spiritual body, is awakened as Satchitananda expressing through this material body. Otherwise, nobody will know what Satchitananda is in this world unless it's being expressed on this plane of the world, right? People got to understand what Satchitananda is. They've got to see it coming through a temple, through a body in this world. What do you think the whole thing about the deities is supposed to meant to bring that Lord that's from the spiritual world here? See? But more full expression is in the living devotee, right? Because they talk to you. They teach you. Is the deity teaching you about Satchitananda? I'm just telling you what the Lord said. He taught this. I'm just teaching you. This is not offensive. This is not off. This is what he said. Sarvabhauma, you're the one. Is the deity going to talk to me? No, you're gonna talk to me and break my bonds of illusion by the truth, man. You're going to remove my ignorance. You're going to show me what real feelings are, what eternal feelings are. People stay in the material world again and again because they're hooked on material feelings. It's hooked them here. It's bound them like glue to the material world. The spiritual feelings dissolves all of that. It dissolves your bond to this world. And that's just how it goes, man. Without spiritual awakening, then you will not understand God. And that's what it's about. It'll be just, oh, God, he's just the great mystery. That's what the Bible defines. God is the great mystery. Oh, well, with bhakti, you begin to unearth that mystery forever. And that enthralls devotees. You never get bored. I never get bored here. It's just amazing. I love coming here. I never get bored. See? And proof you're with the spiritual potency, you can do this 365 days a year and not get bored. because it's ever fresh. You see, what you read about, it says in the book, God, Krishna's potency is ever fresh. Bhakti is ever fresh. Oh, yeah? Have you realized that? Have you proven that to the world that you're an authorized associate of the Lord? That's the only one that can give the real benediction to real Vaishnavas? Or any Vaishnava? Do you know that? Are you Satchidananda? Do you exude that bliss, that ecstasy, that knowledge that comes from it? That's what it's all about. Can you convey things in this book like people could see this guy really knows what they're talking about, man? It impacts me. I feel it, man. Why? Now I'm actually really feeling. Look at this. What is this new enlivenment I'm feeling? I never felt this before. This is the most interesting thing. It makes a Hollywood blockbuster look dull. My God, I'm feeling like all my bonds that were binding me in this crazy world are being lifted. I'm getting out of jail. I really feel that. See, experience. See, that's when you find the real deal. Then all those worship and beliefs and false teachers and false gurus, and when I say false, they don't represent the spiritual potency. So it's more or less false. They could be good persons, good gurus, following rules. Narayan Raj was a good guru in a sense. He was good. But he couldn't take me beyond goodness. I was already beyond that. That was a downgrade for me. He's a good person. I mean, even Sachi, she met him. She said, he's a nice person. And there's a lot of nice devotees, sincere devotees who are following that. And the only message here, I'm sorry, man, it ain't good enough. You want the mercy. Are you really greedy for the mercy of Lord Chaitanya? It comes in a specific way at a specific time. The order has been given. It wasn't given through him. He even said, prema, that's so high. It wasn't even given that's a possibility because prema is so high. Yeah, but the Lord is showing me, he's showing me all in here what Chaitanya Leela is about. He gave me that mercy I was always naturally chanting in ecstasy, just very easily, no problems, and then it was only the order, okay, now you liberate the world, man. It's just like it was on the Madhavinda Puri thing, wasn't it? Madhavinda Puri was chanting in ecstasy and the Lord appeared. He said, now, because of your ecstatic devotion, I'm going to appear and deliver the world. See, what is delivering the world? That's you, man. That appearance is what you see in River there, chanting these wonderful verses. That's the Lord appearing in her heart. And people need to know that because otherwise they don't know what's going on here. They're bewildered. They think it's wrong. It's bad. What? Hey, man, it's time for the birds and the bees, you Vaishnavas. You got to see where the Lord is appearing. He's appearing in River's heart in that reading. See? That's why I got to point it out a little bit because they don't believe it. See? So we're working together. She's the devotion, man. This is the chit knowledge, man. And people need to hear the truth to set them free. Free to what? Free to appreciate where Radha is. And not to get the rose and just try to crumple it up, man. All you do is hit the thorns. The thorn protects the rose. You know what happens? It's called a fence, man. The thorns are the fence. So you can't touch the rose. How do you go? You come and wow, you're so fortunate, River. If I was there, I would kiss your feet right now. No problem massaging them, no problem kissing them. My Lord is residing in you. I'm very blessed to have your association. Okay? Otherwise, people, they come, they want to grab that rose, green, see, and they get pricked with the thorns as a fence. See, they can't touch the rose. The rose has no jurisdiction. The material energy has no jurisdiction over the rose of bhakti. And when you guys really get it strong, you will that. You'll feel that people they're trying to grab break that rose and take its petals off, and they go, yeah, I understand. Oh, my Lord, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. You don't even have to say it. You will feel it. You'll feel it just like water on the rose, just rolling off, you know. Doesn't hurt the rose, right? See, you know, she's shaking her head. That's because God is living and giving her these experiences. Okay? In this body, will you show me anything better than what's going on here? You know, the more I talk about it, the more convinced I even get. Go ahead, River, read on. I'm a warrior, man. I'm here to protect Radharani. And when she's expressing and relishing mellows, don't you think you're going to get through and try to, you know, crumple those petals on my watch.
That's why you're my Guru Maharaj. Okay. Nityananda did innumerable extraordinary deeds, engrossed in the ecstasy of love of Krishna. Like a little boy, he went about his work with simple enthusiasm. He spoke always very sweetly to all the devotees he met, and danced, laughed, and sang to himself in bliss. He spoke always very sweetly to all the devotees he met, and danced, laughed, and sang to himself in bliss. Sometimes moved to an outburst of ecstasy, he roared loudly, astonishing one and all. He sometimes jumped and swam in the crocodile-infested, swelling, hissing monsoon waters of the Ganga. Fearless and carefree, everyone gasped with consternation.
This is the beauty of this bhakti, man. You know, even see, he's in a crocodile infested waters. We are also. What do you think this is? This represents, look, he's in bliss. Look at us. Man, if you're tasting this bhakti, you'll be in bliss. If you're just hearing from blissful devotees, you'll be happy. And that'll increase more and more forever. That's why everybody's just stay here, go through the little purification if you're, you know, having some things. And I was telling Amy yesterday, you know, she was saying, you know, sometimes they swing back and forth and all that. Yeah, and that'll be for a while and gradually smooth out. More and more smooth out, and then this will be your life. It'll be just natural bliss. Oh, anytime you get a little like, oh, you kind of miss the devotees, which is wonderful. You just pick up a book and you're in touch with the devotees. You get that opulence. You want to talk about wealth? You know, we got so many wealthy things here, wealthy objects. The object right here. You know, this is the wealth, man, to be able to pick up these books and relish devotional mellows and power up and get purified. You know, it's like this is the real bath. You're able to take a spiritual bath, you know, awaken the soul, enliven your soul, live from the soul. See, you know, Paul called it live from the Christ. What do you think you're doing there? You're living from the Christ like he was, and he was a saint. You're a saint also. See any different? This is even better, man, because you're knowing what he didn't know. Can you imagine? God is progressive. This is how it is. He was perfect. And it only gets more perfect and more perfect and more. You guys are perfect, and you just who developed this bhakti, awaken this devotion, your soul is awakened, just gets more perfect, more perfect, more perfect. Stay under the shelter of devotees. The Lord has given it, right? That's why I don't think, oh, now I'm so advanced I can go on my own like Meena did and Mahavirya and all these other persons. Oh, you're not so advanced. That's proof you're not so advanced. Why wouldn't you accept what the prasad the Lord has given? I accept it. I come here every day. It's not like I'm thinking, well, now I got a lot. Thank you guys very much. You were nice for my friend. That's what Meena did, basically. I mean, to be honest. Oh, thank you very much. I got a little bhakti there. I'll see you later. I don't even care about you. I'm going to defriend you. I don't care about you. You think that, Amina, you think that's real bhakti? To give up your friends that are devotees with real bhakti? You are an illusion. You need to hear this. And whoever is associating with you is going into that illusion too. We lost a couple people because they believe that is true. That ain't bhakti. You're all off the real path. And my wife, ex-wife included. You've been cut off from the real tree, the real vine. And we prove it here every day. This is the real. Come on, man. Wake up, people. Wake up, ISKCON. Wake up, Gaudiya Smith. Wake up, Gaudiya Math. What's here is the Lord you're looking for. He comes here every day. She comes here every day to really teach the world real spiritual principles of how to get back home quick. He wants everybody. He wants to offer them the way out of this. Bewilderments everywhere. False teachers, false gurus. Don't even know what bhakti is yet. Go ahead there, River. Did my little spiel. Pep talk.
Everyone gasped with consternation, but Nityananda swam about in the waters, laughing and splashing.
See, this is where basically you see how powerful we're swimming in these waters of these times, laughing and doing just like that. That's what that means, that verse. Devotees are like, you can relate to this. You're in these waters here of all this stuff going on in the world. You see one destabilization after another, and we're just swimming in these waters, laughing and crying. You notice that? Look, the world, Maya is destabilizing everybody. Look what's happened since 2020. Can you believe it? One problem after another to destroy everybody who has not gotten this. Can you imagine how many people are going to die? How many people are going to go crazy? How many people are going to be drugged out and commit suicides? When you have one thing after another, how can anybody survive this? It's here to break people's spirit, this. Am I saying it wrong? Do you see one thing after another? A war, now not a pestilence. I was in the desert. I'd never seen this before. I seen locusts this friggin' big all over. I couldn't walk. There were so many locusts in the desert. Where the hell you get a locust this big? No, and they fly and they attack you and everything, man. I was walking through it. Janaki knows where we walked through that place. A big locust, this friggin' big, all over. Just yeah, that's just, and all kinds of weird things going on. Just now supply chains of prices going up, and one after it's not. They got a president like Biden who's like, just Mr. It's like Mr. Bonkers, just every one wrong thing after another. This is the guy who has his hand on the nuclear thing. This guy can't even think straight, and people still believe in him, and unbelievable. And so this is Maya. This is the Lord is destabilizing everybody who believes in her, and in a sense, that's good. It's about time you stop believing in the illusory potency. Do you want to be like the devotees here? We're here in this and laughing and crying and blissful in spite of it all. And I'm not hateful of Maya. I see that she's doing the Lord's work. I don't hate her. I don't need to fight her. She's going to do what she does. And I'm going to do what I do. And I'm not here to fight that. I'm not here to promote that. I'm here to liberate anybody that's in that stuff and to get out of it, to get out of the hurricane, get out of hatred for each other. The good people hate the bad people. The bad people hate the good people. And it destroys the world. This causes the modes of nature friction. They compete with each other. That's all you're seeing. It's a mechanic. You're all mechanical robots, basically. You want to be free? You want to be a real person? That's not being a real person. It's illusion. You're just bodily identified with the modes of nature, and they're forcing you to act, and you're like a chess piece on the board. Even these elites, they think they're in charge. They're not in charge. You're a chess piece of Maya. You know? That's all you are. The Lord is all to move you ultimately closer to God. I mean, that's why we're here. That's the whole point of this preaching. Is to bring people back to the spiritual potency. That's the only real thing here in this world. That's the only thing being offered to get you out of here. The new age ain't going to get you out. All these misconceptions are not going to get you out. All these Tony Robbins ain't going to get you through this. I can't believe they're still promoting this shit. Even now, oh yeah, come here, you can make millions of dollars. The Tony Robbins, still millions of dollars, you can make a nice business. Here, the whole world is being destroyed, and they're thinking about that. Oh yeah, this is how you can thrive at this time. Thrive materially. Everybody's thinking bodily, materially. This is how you'll be able to survive. Survive what? You're not even alive yet. You're dead, man. Everybody is dead in the modes. It's not a wonder why people don't understand this preaching. They're all dead in the modes and blind, walking, hitting walls back and forth. Some people, we're throwing a rope out. See, here's a rope in this ocean of devastation of Maya, right? Isn't this a rope? Grab it, man. Grab it. Be pulled out of this illusion into the eternal truth. Come, immortality is standing before you. In this word. See, this is a clear word. This is a clear path. The clear word gives the clear path. See? And that clear word comes from a lot of ecstatic worship. Only comes from that. See? Otherwise, Krishna doesn't know the path. Krishna is in you. See? He's like, nobody, where's the light in this world? Well, we're here for those who are ready to find the light at the end of the tunnel. We're out like over here, and we're coming closer. You see, instead of you trying to get to that end of the tunnel, we're coming closer. See, this is sadhu sangha. This is preaching, bringing the Lord's truth closer and closer to the point where people are, wow, my eyes are open. What a miracle. Yeah, right, man. We're right up in your face. You notice? I get up right up in people's faces in this preaching. Right up in the guru's face. This is we call their attention. It's no different than Lord Chaitanya. That's what he did. He even Undapanda got up right up in his face. So he had to see him. Acharya Dave, man, you looking over here? How about you, Radhanath? He said my name. Yeah, well, it's just a name, isn't it? Why are you all bent out of shape, me saying your name? I want to get up close and personal. I want to meet you guys. We don't take our Sangha very seriously. I want to see. This is serious business. God's business. Go ahead, Lily, River. Lay it on us.
He swam in the waters of the Ganga. He swam about in the mood of an antisage, feeling completely at home in the water of the Ganga. While the spectacular devotees held their breath in anxiety. At times, Nityananda became so surcharged with ecstasy in love of
That's what it's all about. See, this is what you can get. You can get surcharged with their ecstasy more and more and more. And look what it does. You get, like, even though you're in such a time or everything, no more lamentation for you. There's no more lamentation. Yeah, there's no lament. As long as I'm in the Lord, as long as I'm hearing and chanting regularly and being around beautiful devotees like this family here, then there's no problem. Yeah, there's no problems, man. That's fine. Let me live another day in this. That's all I'm thinking. Let me stay here now in this. Let me be around these great devotees with devotion that the Lord has chosen to live in. Radha and Krishna living in the heart of Lalita and River, and others. There's Radhe coming up the stretch, and Tom coming up the stretch. Look at Govinda. Look at all these beautiful devotees. Look at the sincerity of Karuna. Might be a little bit strange, but he's sincere. He loves Guru and Gauranga. Everybody's got to have a little oddball in the thing. We'll all start to understand them in due course. Yeah. See, he's in the background. By the way, he's usually in the background. Is he? Is he here? Yeah, there he's in the background there, keeping the space. See, he's got 4 channels going. That's pretty good, man. Thank you there for being back. He's the backstage man now for a while. Just keep him backstage. We need a backstage.
Don't forget Francis. My husband, he's getting more excited every day.
Oh, okay. Well, you see, yeah. The more I see him, the more I'll comment. See, I don't see him. He's backstage.
He's a big inspiration for me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. He's very sincere. Yeah. So sometimes I don't see the devotees so much, so I don't comment. That's just because it's just, if he can, he come on more, and I'll make more comments, because otherwise sometimes I just forget, because we got people coming.
My husband has to show his face.
Yeah, exactly. He should show his face more.
Yeah. If he dares.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, River. Oh, you're muted. River's muted.
Oh, sorry. Became so surcharged with ecstasy in love of Krishna that he went into an unconscious trance lasting 3 or 4 days. These are some of the inconceivable pastimes of the Lord. They are endless and eternal, and I am incapable of describing them all. One day, Sri Chaitanya.
So Amy asked me yesterday, why do you chant Lord Nityananda's name? Well, there's a hint there. Do you see how much ecstatic love he has? He's like the reservoir of it. See, and if you chant his name, you attune to that reservoir. It's like you connect with it. Read those qualities again of Nityananda. See, so, and the more we get purified and cleared out, you just attune to that vibration. That's the whole point. You tune to the vibration, they become these cows where you get this nectar from, these kind of devotees. Go ahead, read his qualities there.
Okay. At times, Nityananda became so surcharged with ecstasy in love of Krishna that he went into an unconscious trance lasting 3 to 4 days.
See, 3 or 4 days of trance. It shows you he's a reservoir. He came to show us how far this love of Krishna can go. Look how far it can go. I mean, he surcharged, and you can already, so many of us know what it is to be surcharged with bhakti now. See? It's different than being surcharged with anything in the mode of goodness, being surcharged with austerities and renunciations and everything. It could, give some good health and stuff like that, but being surcharged by Radha's devotion, Radha's love, bhakti, pure. Ooh, this is the motivation of devotees. This is the life and soul of devotees. Okay? They show this life to others. They have this life in their harikatha and their preaching of truth and their relishing of truth. They spread it. See, like a flavor, like like the fragrance of a flower to others, and others can get the scent of real bhakti. Otherwise, nobody will know. Rupa Goswami wrote his play. He said, I'm writing this play because it carries the scent of Krishna. See, if you're not so advanced, you cannot pick up much of a scent, maybe a little bit. Okay? But when you're with the advanced devotees who read these books in ecstasy and relish their verses and their words, or even the holy name in ecstasy, now you're getting the scent of the deeper Lord, the deeper truth of the Lord. See, and automatically you get purified being in that association in ways that you can chant till you're blue in the face with all these offenses, try and get over it. There's still fences. There's offensive chanting. I can't take down the fence. The devotees take down the fence just by their association. It blows the fence over, man. That's why you see the results are so phenomenal here. Yeah, phenomenal. I mean, these Raganuga Sanghas, you should be taking notice here and saying, look, look what's going on here. This is your dream manifested right before your eyes and you can't see it. What are you, blind? Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's not enough just Raganuga, pure. Let's put all the right words up. Purebhakti.com, Acharyas, all this stuff, Guru Devs, Radhe. Yeah, well, where's the power? Radha's the power. Devotion's the power. Where is it? Oh, well, we don't show, you don't show all these things. We don't show that. In other words, we don't know where the power is. We don't know what the power is because they're not showing it. And it, it's right because they don't have it usually. It's just a show. They may think they have it. They might sincerely think we really have this. We're gurus. We really have love of Krishna. We just don't. Our guru Narayan Raj said not to show this because he was, and so we don't show. We also have it like he had it, and nobody even knows what it is. Because we don't even know if Narayan, maybe he had it, maybe he didn't, because he, and then his disciples are where's the fruit? We don't see any fruit. They're all, but we could show that. We could show you what Radha looks like and what devotion looks like, but we're not going to do it because this is what we learned in our disciplic line. Well, I'm sorry, that's not in this line. We're here to show what is bhakti, what is real Radharani, and the power she gives to realize real conception of devotional service. Really clear, really concise, man, logical, man. We make the path clear here because it's all here. Only when it's all here can it be clear. Can we clear away the brambles and the bullshit and all the lies and all the speculations? When you see a lion-like guru, Shama Guru put what was the lion-like power of Bhakti Siddhanta and Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya and all their realists? What is the lion-like power here? Let's get up front and personal. What is the lion-like power here? It's this Bhakti, man. That was a secret. It wasn't his study, Bhakti Siddhanta's study. It was his big bhakti, not big study. Even a person who has this bhakti, you see the verses, chapter 3 and 4, it says, those who have the mercy of Lord Chaitanya can collect the valuable jewels of the revealed scriptures. Didn't I tell you that's valuable? Didn't I tell you that's real wealth? Where does it say? Those who have the mercy of Lord Chaitanya can collect all those yellow, shiny, heavy gold pieces. Where does it say anything like that? Or all these rubies and diamonds. See? Nobody knows what real wealth is, so we're here to tell them. Go ahead there, River.
It's just something that Karuna says. He says that these gurus, they wear these jewels because they are given to them by the devotees and they wear them to please the devotees. I don't know what you want to say about that.
Yeah, bullshit. They please themselves. They don't know, Well, even say they do that to please their devotees, but
it's the whole concept.
It's all
The
just
fact that we don't give you all those jewels.
Yeah, it's just
because it's not the atmosphere here.
Yeah, they don't have these jewels. That's the thing. Given these jewels and all that, yeah. Well, they gave Nityananda jewels too, and a gold cane, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, but these are real devotees with real devotion. This is all practice here, and there's some I mean, there's a lot of nice devotees in the world. They're trying, but still, ignorance of the truth is still. You just can't get into Vrindavan that way. You have to you have to meet a real devotee and give them real, this person is empowered to deliver me. It's always that way. If you're not delivered, you're not delivered. Doesn't matter how many jewels you give a guru who thinks they're delivered, but they're not. You got to prove this stuff in this world now. Otherwise, who can really have real faith that's not blind? Don't we prove everything here? Isn't everything proven? Are you convinced that these verses are coming to life here? Do you see that Satchidananda is here with your own eyes? Are some of you recipients of that Satchidananda? In fact, see, it's real here. Not just, well, maybe it's real. Well, they said they have it, but we don't got it. And they're sincere devotees. They're trying their best and they're doing the austerity, doing everything. But still, you got to get the real deal. You can be sincerely following ignorant ideas or some level of ignorance or ignorant teachers. You don't even know how to discriminate. What is an ignorant? Like even here, Shamaguri, she's not clear. Oh, well, this devotee's so great because she posted this. My ex-wife left for Radhakund Babaji, who would just, take the what do you call the purports of Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, and put them in his book. Now, whether he knew them or not, I don't know. I don't know those purports, but I know that's what he was doing.
Those posts are not at all proof of their bhakti, not at all, not at all. Guru Maharaj, you're frozen. You're gone. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Rama, Rama,
Yeah.
Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Okay,
Rama,
we're back.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare.
Yeah, let me know if it gets weird again. So anyway, the
Okay,
bottom
no.
line is we don't know. We just don't know. And so this just had been in our line a long time. A lot of people that don't know. All I know is when I was with the Radhakund Babajis against Bhakti Siddhanta. they were saying, well, look at him. He took sannyas from a cloth, from a picture. And look, he wore orange. And so all these material arguments, it's not a good sign. It's not a good sign when they put down real devotees like Bhaktisiddhanta. So Maya is like that. We have to ultimately see this. The Lord realized he had to come here and demonstrate real bhakti by example. People had to see Satchidananda on this planet. Otherwise, you can be fooled, and people are being fooled right now. People, they say they got it, and we don't know. Yeah. The thing that saves me with Prabhupada, because he didn't show that much, or Bhaktisiddhanta, when you read their verses, they're deeply realized. You can feel it if you're a real devotee. You can see it's different from flowery words. That's what I was telling people, Shamaguru's kind of glorifying the God brothers and mixing them with Prabhupada. And I'm saying, no, these are just flowery words, man. You could see. The person also, that was, it's time for the truth. Sridhar Maharaj. People say, oh, he's just like Prabhupada. He's not just like Prabhupada. So, and the way that people need to understand these things. First of all, he didn't show any ecstasy. You show me there's no videos, nothing of Sridhar ever in ecstasy. That maybe there's something, maybe a tear, I don't know, but not much. If anything, I've never seen anything extraordinary. And then I don't see the ecstasy. And then I got to listen. Then I look at the words. Okay, does this make it up? Can I see these are deeply real? I just see it like very philosophical. That's not enough. That's not enough to be an acharya. And Prabhupada commented on this. Prabhupada said, listen, you appointed acharyas. This was not right. This is against the order. It's just for a devotee's common sense. You don't make idols. You don't get people to believe that an idol can deliver you. That's idol worship. And that's in Vaishnavism. That was in Sridhar's preaching. I'm sorry, I can't acknowledge that as the same as Prabhupada. He preached against that. He preached against him. And Sridhar Maharaj said, I don't mean this to criticize. It's nothing to do with that. It's about truth, man. It's about Prabhupada. It's about Sridhar. Even Sridhar says, my God, your Guru Maharaj doesn't even spare an old friend in his preaching. That's an acharya. They don't spare anybody. They kill all the Maya for the benefit of Sridhar. Even Sridhar began to respect Prabhupada for that. And people may think I'm offensive for pointing out every guru in the world and their little spinach on their tree, but they'll come to respect. They need to know the difference. Here, not only do you get this Siddhanta, you get this ecstasy. We ain't holding back nothing. Because, people aren't understanding. They got to see, okay, there's ecstatic devotion that you read in the books. There's deep Siddhanta that comes from that ecstatic devotion. And my God, is God's work happening because it's awakening in you guys. That's called Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Complete. Not partial or wonder, well, I don't know, they have ecstasy, well, I don't know, or do they have the real knowledge? I don't know, because you don't see the real knowledge, you don't see the real ecstasy, nobody knows. That's why the real devotees of Lord Chaitanya must be sent here. Who the heck's going to point things out? Who even knows? Who can go against all the top echelons of illusion, the top dogs of Maya? We go against the whole ball of wax. Why? Because of the association of the real Lord Chaitanya and his real power. Hey, man, he is the authority here. You better be, if you're an associate of Lord Chaitanya, you better be like a Jesus. When Nicodemus heard Jesus speak, and they said to his friends, did he say anything new? He said, no, but he brought old scriptures back to life. I felt them, man. This guy spoke with authority I've never heard before. Why did he have power to teach to chastise the earthly gods, which were the Pharisees? Nobody would dare. They were the teachers of God in this world. He challenged them. You know why? Because the same God is in him and using him, just like always when an Acharya is here. The same Lord that was in Jesus, in Prabhupada, Rupa Goswami, the real one, not this wimpy thing. The Lord is the authority. And if he wants to use a flute to flout his authority, where do you think flautists come from? See, a new word of Krishna. He comes to flaunt his and flout his authority. See, the flautist is the Lord, right? He does what he wants. And he proves he speaks this on the basis of Shastra, don't we? Show you guys. You think Gaur Haridas, this knotted person, could, speak on the basis of scripture? I haven't studied anything really. I just look at the book and the Lord says, "You see that?" "Yes, Lord, thank you. Let me share it with my friends here. They'll listen." We are immune to war and pandemic. Exactly. Yeah. Pandemic. It's all fear mongering. This is my Lord's Maya is always doing shit like that. Always hiding and deceiving and cheating. It's nothing new. It's just come to a head now. The pus boil comes to a head, which is good. It's ready to pop. And we do our little, we're the needle. You got to have the pus coming to a head. It's finally come to a head now. 2020 is a start, and it just needs a nice sharp needle just to get right there. You ever I love popping pus bubble. It's even you get a pussy thing, you want to pop it, right? You get that poison out. See, so it's a joyful thing. Yeah, good. It's come to a head finally. It's been in there. It doesn't come to a head. It's a big boil. You just carry it around. But when it comes to a head, you can pop it. See, that's where the needle. Yeah. Go ahead there, River. Actually, Lalita, you continue on.
Okay.
Give you a little chance here.
1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth paragraph, Lalita.
Okay, thank you.
At times, Nityananda.
Okay. Thank you. Just give me some room, yeah. Rather takes all the room here in my house. Thank you, Guru Maharaj. At time, Nityananda, he became so secure with ecstasy in love of Krishna that he went into an unconscious trance lasting 3 or 4 days. These are of the inconceivable pastimes of the Lord. They are endless, endless and eternal, and I am incapable of describing them all. One day, Sri Chaitanya was sitting alone with Nityananda. He came to him completely naked, chuckling like a child. His eyes and his pure face were twinkling, and tears, tears of limitless joy cascaded down his cheeks. He went about repeating this sentence like loud peals and thunder. My Lord, is die my Pandita of Nadia? Sri Chaitanya smiled. Sri Chaitanya smiled, amused at the sight of Nityananda's brilliant, beautifully formed, and completely bare frame. Hastily, Sri Chaitanya removed the cloth from his own head. And he wrapped it around Nitai. But Nitai, he continues to chuckle as if nothing had happened. Chaitanya then, he smeared perfume on his body, decorating him with a flower garland. With a flower garland, and he began to glorify Nityananda. Your name, your name is Nityananda, and so also your form and demeanor are always and eternally blissful. You are Nityananda now, and you were Balarama before. No one can interrupt the ecstatic and unlimited joy you experience. As your name suggests, in everything you do, whether it be walking, eating, or otherwise ordinary men, they cannot appreciate your transcendental potencies. You are always to be found when Lord Krishna is present. Krishna is eternal. Krishna is eternal and is the absolute truth. And so are you, since you are his eternal associate. Nityananda is perpetually relishing the nectar of loving devotion. Loving devotion to Sri Chaitanya. All his words and deeds are fulfilling Chaitanya's innermost desire. Sri Chaitanya said to him, for a long time, I have had one unfulfilled desire. I would like to have, to have your coping loincloth dress. Saying this, Chaitanya went and he brought a coping of Nityananda Prabhu, and then he tore it to many long strips. The Lord he then distributed one by one these strips to the assembled Vaishnavas. Just a minute. Telling them, place them upon your heads. These are most worshipable, precious, worshipable objects. even to Lord Shiva, the king of the yogis. Not to speak of others. One attains the exalted position of becoming a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord. Only by Nityananda's grace. All of you, all of you should know that he is the embodiment of Lord Krishna's full transcendental potencies. Sri Nityananda is identical to and is the immediate expansion of Sri Krishna. He's an eternal associate. Friend, a brother to Krishna. He expands himself as Krishna's bed. His bed ornaments and other such paraphernalia, his character and his pastimes are a mystery. Even in the Vedic literatures, although he is everyone's maintainer, protector, and friend. All his activities are full of devotional nectar to Krishna. And it's easy to attain the highest perfection of love of Krishna by serving him. Therefore, all of you respectfully place these strips from his coping upon your heads. Take them home and worship them with great care and regard. Following Sri Chaitanya's instruction, the Vaishnavas wrapped the coping strips lovingly around their heads. Again, Sri Chaitanya spoke, "Listen, all devotees. Listen, all devotees. Now, drink the water. Drink the water that has washed the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. You will immediately imbibe unfaltering faith in Sri Krishna's devotional service." Of this there is no doubt. Having received Sri Chaitanya's instructions, the devotees washed Sri Nityananda's lotus feet and they drink the water. They drink as much as possible. 5 times. 10 times. And more. And more. Nityananda, who throughout the entire episode was engrossed within himself, he remained.
Hey, Tom, read a little bit now. Thank you, Lalita. That's great. It's fantastic.
Okay.
Is Tom there still?
Yeah, I'm here. Hare Krishna.
Okay. You want to read a little bit?
Yes.
387.
Yeah.
The second paragraph. No, the third paragraph.
Sri Chaitanya sat down.
Yeah.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Thank you, Shri Garahaidas. Wow. Tune in. Sri Chaitanya sat down and began to distribute this water, Pada Udaka, with the utmost pleasure. The devotees drank and became intoxicated, chanting Hari Hari. Each devotee expressed his joy. One said, "Today was the fulfillment of my life." Oh my God. Wow. Today was the fulfillment of my life. Another said, all the bonds of my material entanglement were severed today. Wow. Another commented, today I feel I have become a servant of Sri Krishna. Wow. Still another voice said, this water is so relishable. Its sweet taste still lingers in my mouth. Hare Krishna. Wow. The water was so unique that immediately upon drinking it, everyone became spiritually excited. Some danced, some began to sing, others started rolling on the ground, and still others could not stop roaring out aloud in joy. Just then, a jubilant kirtana started up. Some devotees sang songs of Krishna, and the others began to dance. In a moment, Sri Chaitanya rose up and, letting out a thunderous cry, joined in the dance. Meanwhile, Nityananda Prabhu also stood up and started dancing. Unable to contain their joy, the devotees encircled both of their lordships and continued their ecstatic dancing and jostling. Wow, unable to contain their joy. The devotees encircled both of their lordships and continued their ecstatic dancing and jostling. They were intoxicated with joy, falling on each other. They played little games, touching one another's feet and smearing their heads with the dust. Some hung on to the neck of another, sobbing happily. They all mingled happily, forgetting any mood of reverence. The Lord and his servants all danced together. Sri Chaitanya and Sri Nityananda embraced each other every so often and danced with blissful gestures. Mother Earth trembled under the rhythmic dancing of Nityananda, and the whole world resounded with Hari Hari, drowned in the nectarine ocean.
Time for Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you, Tom. Get you a little in there. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Let's see. How about Canto 10, Summum Bonum. The Advent of Lord Krishna. So, you want to continue reading here? You got Canto 10?
Yes, yes.
The Advent of Lord Krishna, Introduction. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Yes.
Oof.
Mm-hmm. It's 14.
14, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sutta Goswami said, O son of Bhrigu, after Sukadeva Goswami, the most respectable devotee, the son of Vyasadeva, heard the pious questions of Maharaj Parikshit. He thanked the king with great respect. Then he began to discourse on topics concerning Krishna, which are the remedy for all sufferings in this age of Kali.
I just love when it comes to verses like this. You know, it's over and over again the same thing. In this age of Kali, the topics of the Lord are the remedy for the sufferings in this age of Kali. People are trying to get rid of it some other way, except by the quality of devotion. These topics are for devotees. The people need to know what it is. It's built in everybody. All these other paths without devotion are off. They're off track, even though they're on track in a sense, because we have to be on some kind of a track, but you need, the real track is devotion. Train, and it has to be on track. The train is the track is devotion. It keeps us on the train on the track. So we're like trains going down the road. We're on these different tracks, One goes to this destination, that destination. This is the whole universe is doing that. And devotion is the right track. The devotion is what is here to be glorified. What is devotion? Well, you come here and you can see it. It gives you real knowledge. The whole world is being misinformed. And that's how the Maya keeps control over the little chicks in the world, misinforming everybody. You think the good people are being properly informed too? No, they're also being misinformed. Then the misinformation you're getting, to miss where you're going. Something, but they don't. Huh? What?
Your sound is
I
going
left
away.
it. Missing. Okay. Yeah, okay. Is it back again?
Yeah, it's back.
Is it back? Yeah. It might be a little bit back and forth here. It's like so the information, we need this kind of information about, first of all, you can't understand the pastimes of Krishna. Understanding the pastimes of Krishna means understanding Krishna, right? So you need bhakti. You need to become a devotee. And just devotees and like doing rules and regulations, not enough, really. I mean, you need to get on the real path, and the topics. When you hear from a real devotee, devotion, they're the remedy. You really feel that, oh wow, this is working. This is the right medicine. You ever take wrong medicine? It doesn't work, right? It doesn't. It's not taking your bonds away. You're not getting more free. Yeah. Here, if you're taking the right medicine, you should be feeling more free, more enlivened, more understanding about what life is really about. You should be seeing something extraordinary that other people are not seeing. That's how you know you got the right medicine. You're getting cured of the disease of birth and death, which is devotion is the only cure. It's the only real medicine, real bhakti, spontaneous love of God. You get that where devotees have spontaneous love of God. There's no other place to get it. Tell me some place spontaneous. Isn't spontaneous love of God the way to become conscious of Krishna? Isn't that the real Krishna conscious movement? Isn't anybody asking the right questions like, how do I become conscious of Krishna? Well, you need devotion. Whoa. Well, where is it? Oh, my Gurudev has it. Yeah, have you seen it? Well, no, of course not, because you don't show these things. Well, what is devotion? You must know if he knows, and and you believe he's telling you, and they can't even show. They can't show what the quality of devotion is because it's not living inside them. You have to have the personification of devotion living inside you so much that you are the personification of devotion in this world. That's called Vaimedium, right? So that's the thing. The pastimes of Krishna are the real medicine for the disease of birth and death, to cure it. The real, what is it? What does it put it like? You hear them from devotees that have real devotion, bhakti. They really know what that potency is. Now you're going to get the real remedy. Oh, it's just a big show. Oh, look at me reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, what time is prasadam? That is the prasadam. Man doesn't live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth. That's the revealed scriptures. Well, when is it going to proceed out of the mouth of a living person? Then you'll begin to understand them. Otherwise, nobody understands them. Therefore, they don't get the full remedy. The disease isn't fully cured. Until you are enlivened to the point of devotion awakening in your heart, where you love these scriptures, where these scriptures are your life, you feel it, you stand up for it. You know this is the remedy, and you preach, not only in word, but in deed, of relishing this remedy, tasting this remedy, and show that this cures it. Look how blissful this person is. Look how ecstatic and blissful Lalita Ganga is. Look how happy River is. When you catch her in the right mood, but her right moods are staying more longer, I've noticed. Are we still here? It might go back and forth a little bit.
It's good. You're good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Shall we go?
Okay, Tom, read some of the. We here? Am I here? No. Okay, Tom, read purport a little bit from Prabhupada.
Okay. Text 14.
Oh, here's a question. So taking the right medicine is equal to contact the right association. Yes, well, you got to take it orally. You take the right medicine here from a devotee who has real devotion. That's because you see the practical. People come here who read the books, and they come here, they realize the books because they're hearing them. So it works. By the formula is right there in a book, and we're doing it by deed, by the action. See the action. There's an action here. There's a kind of a movement. See, there's by the action of the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat. causes an action, a reaction, a response, a fruit, a growth. See, action. See, by the action of the book Bhagavad and the devotee Bhagavat. The mellows of devotee in the heart of a devotee. That's how you get this. Not by your big austere. Look how many people being big. These so-called acharyas with the big titles, and after 50 years of following Bhakti Siddhanta, Prabhupada said, "Look, they still have envy and jealousy of me." What the heck? 50 years, they still didn't get it. So what did they need to hear? What you're hearing. See? Now the medicine is full in action. Because what? You're not just getting, okay, I'm going to read Srimad Bhagavatam. I'm going to chant the verses to you, and this is what you're going to hear. Okay, everybody get up and follow the program. Do the Mangal Artiks and do the thing, and just do this day after day. Chant your rounds and just do this every day. And as you just do it, and it's just like when I was in Mayapur, man, and the Bhakti Siddhanta followers still, I was right there next to the temple every day. Bang, 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 loud, loud, loud. Bang. I couldn't even chant Hare Krishna. It was so friggin' loud because that's what it is. They got to do blockbuster devotional service because people don't hear. So the louder, the better. People don't understand. So you got to make it as loud as possible and just get them all like this. You think that was what the way Lord Chaitanya taught? See, rituals, still doing rituals. Oh, faith in rituals after 50 years, 60, 70, 80, 100 years, still the ritual. Well, you are going to be the ritual. You're going to be the butter. You're going to be the offering. You're the fire, man. Your passion. Your heart is the flame. Desire, spiritual desire. See, your eyes are going to be the conch filled with water. See? So it's all coming to this. Now you're going to get rid of your miseries. That's what we prove here. People, you come here, you're getting the right medicine. We got to prove the right medicine is not just a book. It's not just a storybook, a fable, and that we have to teach, oh, I'm sorry, after many, many lifetimes, you're going to get your... Sorry, we can't do it in this lifetime. It's not time. The Lord hasn't given me that revelation. So you don't get it. Sorry. Yeah, so you're sorry case, man. Too bad for you. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. In this verse, the words Krishna Charitam Kali Kalmasa Gnam indicate that the activities of Lord Krishna are certainly the greatest panacea for all miseries, especially in this age of Kali.
You see all miseries too. You can see even people that are unhealthier. Look at River as an example. She gets through it a lot easier now. It makes it work. I need to switch this thing because it's back and forth with... Let me try this other one if it's here. Let's see. Here it is. See if this works any...
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. The picture is frozen and there's no sound.
But he's changing something, he said.
Yeah. But I have to tell the result of the change.
Really? I didn't hear that.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare
No sound
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
and picture
Rama
frozen.
Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama.
Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna. Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare Rama.
Okay, we're back. Yeah. Go ahead, read some of the purport, Tom. I think I might end soon because like a lot of things, reasons, but go ahead. Go ahead, Tom.
So, indicate that the activities of Lord Krishna are certainly the greatest panacea for all miseries, especially in this age of Kali. It is said that in Kali Yuga, people have only short lives and they have no culture of spiritual consciousness. If anyone is at all interested in spiritual culture, he is misled by many bogus swamis and yogis who do not refer to Krishna Katha. Therefore, most people are unfortunate and disturbed by many calamities. Srila Vyasadeva prepared Srimad Bhagavatam at the request of Narada Muni in order to give relief to the suffering people of this age. Kali
You
Kalmasa
know,
Kridam.
there's some qualities of suffering here in this world. Am I coming through okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. The qualities of this age, you know, there's people are unlucky. These are the qualities of the age. They're unlucky because they're under the curse still. They're the curse of Maya. They believe in Maya. So it causes bad luck. Even good luck is not good luck. See, they're unlucky. See, this is why the Lord Chaitanya came in this special age to make people lucky. You know, you're lucky to be liberated from the cycle of birth really easily. Isn't that good luck? Now that's having luck. That's how you reversed this Kali Yuga. You guys found some good luck, haven't you? Me too. We're in good luck. We're really lucky. See? If you haven't found, you think devotees are lucky yet? Look, they're going lining up and Maya's taking them out. Even physically, they don't have that good luck, that good of luck. See, this is the age of Kali. This hearing Harikatha, these verses, the life of the world from real devotees is your good luck. See? All of a sudden, the age of Kali is reversed for you. Age of Kali, that's a symptom. Everybody is unlucky, lazy. See, lazy. In other words, you know, they're too lazy to learn. Even they can't, too lazy to research this thing. Too lazy to even do that. Too lazy. Oh, well, you know, I don't know, man. Let me just go and get the friggin' thing, even though the people that are researching these things. But this is the age, too lazy. And then when they have some energy, what do they put it in? Fighting. They want to right the wrongs of the world. See? So it's still not the panacea for this age. It doesn't counteract the miseries. lazy, unlucky, unfortunate. What's the other one of the age of Kali? Does anybody remember that? Symptoms of the age of Kali. People are unlucky and this. Well, anyway, that's good enough for now. Unlucky. Go ahead, read on.
Yeah. So they become. Then you become absorbed in these qualities of Mahamaya. That's bad luck. Yes. Okay. Disturbed by many calamities. Shri Vrasadev.
It says that? Or are you reading, or are you just saying that?
Therefore, most people are unfortunate and disturbed by many calamities.
You look like you're stoned. Doesn't he look like he's stoned? Have you been smoking something?
No, I don't know where to go on. Therefore, most people are unfortunate and disturbed by many calamities. Srila Srila Vyasadeva prepared Srimad Bhagavatam at the request of Narada Muni in order to give relief to the suffering people of this age. Kalikalmasha Nyam.
He's just lazy.
See, yeah, that's another. See, again, they're disturbed from many calamities. So, how do we get the test? The test. Well, there's some. Can you hear me? Oh, am I
Yes.
frozen again?
No, it's okay.
Okay, this is not working. Hello, anybody? Anybody? Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay. I have to go off, I guess. Can you hear me, anybody?
Yes,
We
we
hear
can
you
hear you.
and we see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
He can't hear
Now
us.
it's okay. Okay, all right. So it's not working. It's not working anymore. Okay. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
Hare
I
Krishna.
hear you now, sort of. It's
Bye-bye.
Just sound.
thank you. Bye-bye.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
I can't even end the stream, man. Can't end the stream yet. It's weird. Okay, let's try this here.
Whoa.